Cluster 4. Okay, so pinakamadali sa lahat ng clusters sa board exam, make it or break it. Okay, so let's start. Number 1, so what should you do to ensure that you have the correct patient? Particularly ang tanong dito is inpatient, waiting for a radiographic procedure. So kailangan tawagin mo yung pangalan ng pasyente, and then after nun, you check the patient's armband or wristband. Okay? So, correct answer natin ay letter C. Next, number 2, Andrea had been diagnosed with diabetes mellitus and had been battling the disease for 10 years now. So, due to her illness, her right foot needs to be amputated. So, Andrea may respond through which of the following? So, definitely, this is through the process of grieving. So, correct answer natin ay letter C, pagluluksa. Next, number 3. So, which movement is recommended during the transfer of a patient with a low back trauma or discomfort? So, alam naman natin kung may low back trauma ngayon siya, o sabihin mo na, o yan, discomfort. So, we always tend to do the log rolling approach. Okay? Hindi pwedeng segmental na patsu-patsu na isa-isa. Okay? So, low back trauma, maaaring meron ngayon siyang suspected na spinal injury. So, we need to do a log roll approach. Next, number 4. Which of the following is appropriate with respect to maintaining a sterile field? So, all of this one, okay, merong isa lang dyan na true statement. Lahat yan false na. So, correct answer natin ay letter A. You never leave the sterile field unattended. So, kailangan lagi meron nagbabantay. Next, number 5, excessive dilation of the surface blood vessels or binding of carbon monoxide to hemoglobin causes which of the following occurrences? So, usually, kapag ganito, okay, ano nangyayari sa atin? Kinikilig tayo. So, nagpa-flush, namumula. So, yun yung flushing of the skin. Okay? So, correct answer ay letter B. Patient is seen with flushing of the skin. So, para ito yung itsurang nagpa-blush ka. Ayan, namumula-mula ka. Okay? Next, number 6. What is the Republic Act that mandates and... Yes po?
Pamute, guys.
Pamute po. Ayan. Okay. Sige, sa tingin ko okay na naman na si sir. Okay, next, number 6. So, what is the Republic Act that mandates and strengthens the continuing professional development program? Ito yung CPD program natin for all regulated professions, creating the continuing professional development council and appropriates funds thereof and for related purposes. So, ito yung RA 10912. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabi natin na Republic Act 1012, 1012, 10912, bubuyoy ako, an act mandating and strengthening the continuing professional development program. Okay? Next, number 7, in which plane does an individual's vertical gravity line lie? So, mula doon sa sinabi niya, vertical line. O, ayan na. So, this one, transects. Mali yata yung term ko. Traverses na lang. O, ayan. Through your COG and your BOS. So, this is located, letter A, mid-sagittally. Sa mid-sagittal line natin. Next, number 8, which of the following statements below concerning vital signs is considered to be true? Okay. So, nag-iisa dyan na tama. Correct answer, letter D. O, yan ha. Kapag kukuha ng blood pressure, hindi po pwede na kakakain lang, may ginawang activity, kakasmoke lang niya. Kasi lahat ng yon nag-i-increase ng blood pressure. So, bias na yung blood pressure mo. Kailangan pag kukuha, dapat naka-rest ng maayos yung patient. 30 minutes to 1 hour bago mo kunan ngayon siya ng blood pressure. Okay? So, correct answer natin ay letter D. Okay? Having a cigarette smoke a few minutes before your blood pressure affects your BP levels. Next, number 9, anatomical terms that apply to the backside of the body. This is your posterior and dorsal. Okay? Anatomical terms. Back and rear, hindi yun. Okay? So, it is posterior and dorsal. Next, number 10. What is the most common cause of healthcare worker injury in the radiology department? It is actually lifting heavy objects. Objects talaga, no? Lifting heavy, ano ba yun? Lifting heavy objects. Kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng lumbago. Ayan, yung mga low back pain. Next, number 11. So, identify the medical terminology which describes movement of your extremity around in its axis. Correct answer natin dyan ay circumduction. Okay? Umiikot sa sarili niyang axis. Circumduct. Okay? Number 12. The diagnostic term that means inability of the heart to pump enough blood through the body to supply, hindi supple yan supply yan dapat, to supply tissues and organs is which of the following? Correct answer natin, this is congestive heart failure. Okay? Magkaiba yung congenital heart disease, pagkabata may sakit. Congestive heart failure, inability to pump blood. Coronary occlusion, merong bara within the coronary arteries. Ayan. And then hypertensive heart disease, through hypertension, ayan, affected din yung kanyang puso, nagkakaroon ngayon siya ng cardiopathy. So, correct answer natin for number 12, it is letter B. Next, number 13, what should a radiographer grasp to guard a patient during transfer? Ito yung sinasabi natin na safety belt or yung sling or yung parang ano lang din naman siya eh. Di ba pag nagbubuhat din kayo ng mabibigat, so kailangan may suporta din yung inyong abdominal area. So ito naman, pag binubuhat naman natin, transfer natin yung patient, okay, imbes na kung saan tayo humawak, sa safety belt tayo pwede humawak. This is located within the abdominal area, medyo baba ng konti, para kuha natin yung buong bigat ng pasyente. Okay? So, correct answer natin for number 13, letter C. Number 14, at what level is the approximate center of gravity of a standing person? It's always at the mid-pelvis. Kung wala yung mid-pelvis, you will be looking for the second sacral segment. Okay? Number 15, what is the best thing that a radiographer should do when an elderly patient is indifferent and doesn't want to do the x-ray procedure anymore? So, ang pinakamaganda kasi talaga dyan, try mo munang i-explain sa pasyente. And then, give her time to think. Kung ayaw niya pa rin, tsaka mo na ngayon i-defer yung examination kasi ayaw niyang ituloy. Okay? Hindi yung agad-agad. Although we know that your consent is irrevocable, but this is not about consent eh. It's about the procedure itself. Okay? So, correct answer natin dyan ay letter A, give her time and explain how important this is a procedure to her and also to her physician. So, pag hindi, tsaka nyo i-defer. Next, number 16, for a patient with a weaker right lower extremity, what is lifted first when the patient ascends stairs with a cane? So, kung yung right lower extremity niya, yun yung mahina, ang una niyang iaapak ay yung kanyang left. Okay? Para, pag inaapak niya na yung left niya, parang, hindi naman sa bubuhatin, pero magaan na lang dalhin or magaan na lang ilipat yung right side. So, correct answer natin ay letter C. Left lower extremity. Number 17, during the doctor's examination, it was revealed that Angela has hemothorax. So, alam naman natin, pagka sinabi natin na hemothorax, there is accumulation of blood. Okay? Pero what is the most correct term? Is it within the thoracic cavity or pleural cavity? Better, okay, and most proper is accumulation of blood in the pleural cavity. It's letter D. Okay, delta. Next, number 18. Code of Ethics further explains your radiologic technology's relationship with the following. So, di ba yung mga section, tawag nito? Code of Ethics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, state, tawag nito, relationship with the state and the society, with your patients, clients, and then with the other allied medical professionals, and then the relationship with the agency, and as well with oneself. So, yung hindi kasama dito ay friends and family. Yan. Number 19, areas of a sterile gown that should be considered sterile includes which of the following? So, Dito sa areas na to, ayan ha, lalo na yung front ng gown, kinoconsider natin yan na sterile. Pero mula dun sa baywang, sa waist, hanggang sa may balikat lang. Okay? So, correct answer natin, letter A. And then, Ma'am Isa, bakit yung entire sleeves ng gown hindi siya considered as sterile? Yung sa sleeves ng gown, ang kinoconsider lang dyan na sterile is yung 2 inches above ng elbow, hanggang sa may cuff area lang. Yun. Pero aside from that, yung sa may, ang tawag nito, sa may balikat, pababa dun sa may elbow, yon unsterile yun. Kaya mapapansin nyo, kung di ba nag-duty naman kayo sa ospital, di ba? Namimiss nyo na mag-duty. So, kung na-assign kayo sa OR, nag-OR x-ray kayo, so mapapansin nyo, yung mga kamay nila lagi, nasa chest area lang nila. Di nila nilalagay sa ilalim makilikili, nasa chest area lang, dun lang siya. Pag habang nag-aantay sila or wala silang hinahawakan na instrument. Yun lang. Okay? So, correct answer natin, number 19, letter A. Number 20, which is the most likely means of transmitting infection between patients? So, definitely, yan ha, it's in contact with the healthcare provider, lalo na yung kamay namin, na natin. Okay? Lalo na kung hindi tayo, every after patient naghuhugas ng kamay, yung sakit ni patient number 1, pwede natin may transfer kay patient number 2. Most common yun. Okay? Number 21, what is meant by the principle na double effect? So, pagka sinabi mo na double effect, parang radiation lang din yan. May good at saka may bad. So, therefore, it is letter A. Yan ha. The intention of the person is good, although a bad result may be foreseen. So, double effect. Maganda yung intention, pero maaaring yung maging resulta, kabaliktaran. Ayan ha, polar opposites. Next, number 22, the concept of reasonably prudent person is interpreted as which of the following? So, correct answer natin dyan kapag ka ikaw ay isang reasonably prudent person, therefore, you have an education, training, or experience, very similar, na kung saan pwede ka mag-perform ng act na kailangan mong gawin or procedure. So, correct answer natin ay letter B. Okay? Reasonably prudent person. Next, number 23. So, during CPR, the compression ventilation ratio for 2 rescuers on older children and adults. Kasama na dito yung adults, ha? So, this is in how many? 60 compressions, then 12 ventilations per minute. Correct answer? Charlie. Next, number 24. Which of the following is the lymphoid organ that is a reservoir for your red blood cells and filter out your organisms from the blood? So, sino lang dito yung lymphoid organ natin? Pinakamalaki na lymphoid organ na pwedeng maging reservoir ng red blood cells. This is your spleen. Okay? So, again ha, ang spleen, ito rin yung tinatawag natin na graveyard of your RBCs. Then, pancreas, you're all familiar with it, yung racemose gland natin or the sweetbread. Next, number 25. Which term describes the redness of the skin caused by congestion of your capillaries in the lower layers of your skin? So, in short, ang nangyayari dito, namumula ka. O yan, nagkakaroon ka ng pula-pula. Therefore, correct answer is erythema. Okay, erythema. Next, number 26. Which direction term means farther away from the point of attachment? This is distal. Number 27. Ano daw ang ibig sabihin pagka sinabi natin na advance directive? So, pagka sinabi natin na advance directive, you're already giving out instructions. O, ayan ha. Or sabihin na natin, instructions. O, ayan. Kung saan, ano yung gusto mong mangyari sa course of treatment mo in the event na hindi ka na makapag-decide for yourself. So, correct answer natin dito ay letter letter B. Okay? So, itong advance directive, either binibigay siya sa kamag-anak, o ayan, sa attorney, or sa doktor, yung attending physician mo. Ikaw bahala kung kanino mo gusto ibigay. So, number 27, advance directive, correct answer, letter B, bravo. Next, number 28, which of the following describes the situation in which an assumption, o ayan ha, assumption ang sabi natin, okay, is made that a conscious patient gave consent to undergo an X-ray examination of the abdomen. Sorry. Okay. Sir Noli Samonte? Yes po. May question po kayo?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes po. Go ahead, sir.
Regarding advance directive, ma'am.
Yes.
Pwede po ba yung living will as advance directive? Parang same lang po ba siya ng concept?
Same lang din siya ng concept kasi ang advance directive, ginawa mo siya, buhay ka pa. So in the event na hindi ka na makapag-decide, halimbawa, naoperahan ka na, tapos wala ka na sa proper thinking. So hindi ka na nila pwedeng kuhanan ngayon syempre, ng instruction. So ganun din siya, yung living will. Almost the same sila. Yung konsepto, kung kanino mo siya ibibigay, yung jurisdiction na kung saan tong taong to, pag binigay mo sa kanya ngayon yung tawag nito, yung authority, siya na magde-decide kung ano mangyayari sa'yo. Yun.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Okay. Sige po. Next. Wait lang. Nasa na ba tayo? Okay. Number 27. So, yun yung sinasabi natin na advance directive. Next, number 28. So, dito, in this situation, there is an assumption. Nag-assume ka lang muna walang verbal agreement na nangyari, but there was an assumption that a conscious patient gave consent to undergo an X-ray examination of the abdomen. So, parang ganito yung nangyari sa atin sa ospital. Ibibigay sa'yo ngayon yung request, tapos tatawagin mo siya, ipoposition mo siya, matatapos yung examination, wala siyang nabanggit sa'yo, kundi, thank you po. Kailan ko po makukuha yung resulta ko? Ganun na lang. Okay? Tapos di na kayo ulit magkikita. That is what we call as express consent. Ayan. So, di ba, sabi ko nga, di ba, before, para masabi natin na kailangan natin magpa-consent, meron tayong 4 na kondisyon. At isa doon, pag mag-e-expose ka ng ibang tao. So, kailangan mo kunin yung consent nila. However, tulad nung nangyayari sa atin sa X-ray department, hindi na tayo panay-panay nagpapa-consent form. Lalo na kung simpleng chest X-ray, tapos elbow exam, tuhod, yun lang ipapa-x-ray, hindi na natin sila kinukunan isa-isa. Ang mga kinukunan natin ay kapag nagbibigay tayo ngayon ng contrast media sa pasyente. So, that is your express consent. Gising ang pasyente, conscious ang pasyente, kaya niya mag-decide actually. Ayan. Pero kung halimbawa, ang tanong dito, ayan na, assumption made that an unconscious patient, o ayan yung kanyang decision-making, kinuha na nung kanyang attending physician. Ang tawag natin doon ay implied consent naman. Kasi hindi niya kaya mag-decide for him or herself, so it is actually implied na ito rin yung magiging decision ng pasyente kung sakaling gising siya. Mag-undergo din siya ng operation or mag-undergo siya ng examination. Okay? So, correct answer natin for number 28, it's letter D, express consent. Next, number 29, violation of a professional organization's formalized code of ethics would result to which of the following? Okay, so alam niyo naman yung nangyari, di ba, kapag mangyayari, kapag yung code of ethics ng isang organization, hindi mo siya sinunod. So, naging immoral ka sa mata ng iyong mga kaakibat. Okay? So, anong pwedeng mangyari sa'yo? Pwede ka ngayong matanggal from that specific organization. Yan. Okay? So, kung halimbawa yung professional organization na yon, tulad ng, yon, di ba, PRC, okay? So, may ginawa ka ngayon na immoral. So, like what happened to Haydenco. O, ayan. So, nagkaroon siya ng sex scandal. So, yun, nagkaroon ngayon siya ng revocation ng kanyang license. So, he can no longer practice talaga medicine. So, yun, na-expel siya from the organization, na-revoke yung license niya. So, hindi na siya ngayon po pwedeng mag-practice ulit ng anything related to medicine. Ayan. So, number 30. So, in which of the following situations is it permissible to release information from a patient's record? Okay. Tuwing kailan? Ang pinaka-importante niyong tatandaan dito, patient's records are privileged or private information, privileged informations. So, only the time that a court requested as an evidence, okay, sa korte, gagamitin, doon lang po pwedeng ilabas. Parang katulad din yan ng patient chart na pinag-aawayan natin nung last time. Hindi naman pinag-aaway. Pinag-discussion na natin nung last time. Okay? So, ang korte ang maaari lamang na maghingi, o yan ng authority para magamit yung record na yon as an evidence. Or, mailabas. Okay, magamit. So, correct answer, delta. Next, number 31, during an OR procedure, you were asked to open a wrapped sterile package by the scrub nurse. So, which direction should the top flap, ayan ha, be open? Lagi pang magbubukas ng sterile na package, ang unang flap na yon dapat nakaturo sa'yo, kaya ang mangyayari, pag inalis mo siya, inunwrap mo siya, palabas na siya or it's actually turning away from you. Okay? So, una nakaturo yan sa'yo ha, pero pag inunwrap mo na siya, it's actually turning away from you. So, correct answer, bravo. Okay? Next, number 32, when does the Board of Radiologic Technology, okay, na-form? It is 1992. Yes, ma'am, we know. Okay? It is in 27th of that month. Yes. Okay? The answer is February. Correct answer, alpha. Next, number 33, who was the president who proclaimed the establishment of the National Radiologic Technology Week? So, this is, wait lang, didigay ako. Thank you, Lord. It is Joseph Estrada. Next, pero yung president ha, na nag-approve or nag-sign ng ating RA 7431 ay si Cory Aquino. Okay, next. Number 34, what section of RA 7431 states that in order to pass the examination, kailangan makakuha ka ng general weighted average na 75 without rating below 60%. That is section number 22. Okay? At ang pinakapaborito natin sa lahat, ano ang section number 23?
Note taking.
Note taking! Yes, very good. Okay. Next, number 35. What principle states that the life is of the highest good? So this is pertaining to the sanctity of life. Wherein lagi natin itong sinusunod kasi para sa atin, bilang mga healthcare providers, life of the patient, kailangan it is of the highest good. Okay? Next, number 36. Which of the following offers the most complex level of care and is required for conditions that relatively common? So, if you are in a hospital, maraming iba't ibang type ng hospital. May primary, secondary, tertiary. And usually, Tagalog. Okay, usually, yung most complex dyan na level of care is given by a tertiary, institution. Okay, sila na yung may mga advanced, okay, na klase ng mga diagnostic system and numerous na rin yung kanilang mga departments na kayang mag-cater ng mas complex, na klase ng sakit ng patient. So, correct answer natin for number 36, it is letter C. Next, number 37, who must be notified immediately of physical or drug-induced restraints used for a patient. Okay, sino dapat yung una nating sinasabihan? It's actually the attending physician. Okay? So, yung attending physician, kailangan, sinasabihan siya agad, whether or not, okay, bibigyan ng restraint or seclusion. So, etong mga ganitong klase kasi, since sila yung nakakaalam dun sa patient history, kung ano yung mga kailangan na posisyon ng pasyente kapag nakahiga or what, so kailangan nilang malaman sila muna, okay, ang pagsasabihan. Kung po pwedeng bigyan ng restraint or hindi, yung pasyente. Next, number 38, giving orders and promoting an understanding of what is to be done or activities of what. So, correct answer natin ay directing. Kasi, ikaw, nagbibigay ka na lang ng orders, nagsasabi ka na lang ng mga gagawin, inuutos mo na lang siya. So, therefore, it is directing. Okay? Next, number 39, what is a radiographer's foremost duty to patients as a healthcare professional? Ang number 1, palagi, is of course, to be an advocate to provide quality patient care. Letter C. Wala nang iba. Kumaga, kung ano mangyari sa'yo, yan yung pinakaunang susundan mo. Ayan. Number 40, the neglect or omission of reasonable care or caution in the context of a professional relationship, this is known as malpractice. Okay? So, di ba ang malpractice, di ba ang negligence, hindi ka naman talaga nakakasuhan for negligence, but rather, if proven that this negligence is malpractice, then doon ka talaga makakasuhan. Okay? So, ang misdemeanor, ba yun, saan ba yung galing? Okay. Misdemeanor, this is just tawag nito, ito yung tawag natin sa offense. Okay? Kapag ka nakapag-violate ka, nung sinasabi natin na criminal law. Yan. Yung isa naman, itong misdemeanor, for ano lang to ha, light offenses, yung felony, yun yung sinasabi natin na grave offenses, yung pumatay ka, nang rape ka, ganun. Okay? So, itong mga misdemeanor, nag-trespassing ka, okay? Punta ka sa, sa property ng iba, ayan. So, yun yung mga ganong klase. Next, number 41, what is the best location to check the pulse of an adult who is unconscious and already not breathing? So, kapag ka ganito, di ba, CPR tuloy, ABC, di ba, alert tuloy, airway, breathing, circulation. Pag mag-check ka na ngayon ng circulation, you always check it out with the carotid pulse. Okay? Correct answer, Charlie. Next, number 42, what resolution is known as the Continuing Professional Development Program Guideline or the CPD Guidelines? So, ito, nangyari ito noong 2013, okay? 774, series of 2013. Resolution number 2013-774. Correct answer, Delta. Next, this is a crime committed by a person by means of malicious writing. O, ayan na. Writing of facts, so therefore, this is defamation. Pero, specifically ha, sinabi kasi dito, writing, therefore, it is libel. Ayan. Pagka spoken defamation, slander. Number 44, it is the provision of your Code of Professional Ethics for RT and XRT, which provides the relationship with oneself. So it is article number 5. Number 45, what section of the Radiologic Technology Act, of 1992, provides that the rating to be provides the required rating to be able to pass the licensure exam. Kanina na-discuss na natin siya. This is section number 22. Okay? Number 46, which of the following is the correct order for the hierarchy of plans? So, kapag kayo pagka mga initial plans kayo, di ba, ano ba yung uunahin mo bago ka maka-arrive dun sa implementation nito? So, number 1, kailangan mo muna ng objective. Bakit mo siya gagawin? Di ba? Parang ito, pag pagtitik ng licensure exam, bakit mo siya gagawin? Okay? Sunod, ano yung mga kailangan mong policies? Ayan, okay? Yung mga guidelines mo na kailangan mong gawin para magawa mo yung plans na to. So, correct answer natin, letter B. Okay? Next, number 47. Okay, choose the medical term which refers to pain. So, kung maaalala nyo, di ba, cephalalgia, headache. Okay, so therefore, algia pertains to pain. So, sa lahat ng ito, we have letter C, arthralgia. Okay? Letter C, arthralgia. Next, number 49. Which of the following precautions is not recommended in the treatment of a patient who is in a protective isolation? So, kung naka-protective isolation si patient, alam nyo naman na tayo yung nagkakos ngayon ng infection sa kanya or tayo may daladala ng pathogens. So, alin dito yung mga hindi dapat natin or not recommended na gagawin? Letter B. Okay, move and perform patient care quickly to reduce the amount of exposure to pathogens. Ayan, hindi ito dapat. So, letter A, apply protective clothing. Yes, this is true. Letter C, do not enter the patient's room with protective clothing or equipment that has been worn to treat patients in another area. Correct. Lastly, remember to perform hand washing. Yes. Okay, so alin lang dito? Letter B. Next, number 49. What is the normal blood oxygen saturation reading at or near sea level? So, medyo nauso na to ngayon. Kung meron kayong pulse ox sa bahay niyo at check mo yung pulse ox mo at maganda siya ha, yung maganda na yon, pagka sinabi ko maganda, that is between 95 to 100. So, ibig sabihin, normal ang saturation level ng iyong blood oxygen. So, that is good. Kaya di ba napapansin nyo kapag may sakit, respiratory problem, hirap huminga, yung mga SAT level ng kanilang dugo, ayan ha, blood oxygen, bumababa yan ng bumababa. Delikado pagka bumaba na yan ng 90. So, kaya kailangan ma-maintain nyo siya between 95 to 100. Okay? So, yun yung pulse ox. Yung pulse oximeter na nilalagay sa sa index finger. Yan. The next number, 50. So, the fact that the left ventricular wall is thicker than the right reveals that it performs which of the following. So, definitely, kapag mas makapal yung ventricular wall natin, ibig sabihin nito, mas mataas yung pressure. Ayan. Ng inyong, okay, yung pressure ng inyong chamber because it pumps blood with a greater resistance since it is driving out your blood all throughout the body. So, kaya kailangan mas mataas yung kanyang pressure. So, correct answer natin for number 50 would be letter B, Bravo. Okay? Next, number 51.